You know what? Every day is a good damn day to be me. I believe it, I be it, I live it, and I require it. I want each one of you to look yourself in your mirror, look yourself in your camera, or whatever you're looking at, and repeat this. Today is a good damn day to be me. You know what? Every day is a good damn day to be me. I believe it. I am that. I be's that. And I require that. uh, thank you, everyone that's come. I get excited. Uh, I can listen to Frankie Beverly and Mays just on a repeat loop. I don't even have to hear no other artists. I can just start from Golden Time of Day and go all the way through to the latest and greatest, and then start it right back over again. I could take the studio albums and then the live albums. Studio, live, it just doesn't matter to me. It does my soul good. It does my mind good. It does my heart good. And as you see, it'll make me get up out of this chair and think I could cut a fool, you know. So I am grateful and thankful for Frankie Beverly, Queen of Clubs. So his music will always nurture. It is insightful. It is royal in its application, and it is healing. I used their Live in LA double CD when I got my initial diagnosis of colon issues back in 2009 and 2008, 2009. And yeah, it got me through. It got me through. I'm grateful and thankful. So I want to ask each y'all that's here, how y'all doing today? How you doing, Sharon? How are you? Talk to
I'm
us.
okay.
Okay. It's a little heavy going. It's a little heavy today. Victorious, I know you're not feeling well. You're under the weather. Just grateful and thankful you're here. You know, you got something you like to share?
No.
Okay. I do want to encourage each and every one of us that today is the 12th, and there is a once in a lifetime cosmic influence that is permeating throughout this day. And regardless of how any of us are feeling or being, take a little time. I suggest 16 minutes. Take 16 minutes sometime before you shut it down today and get clear about that one thing you want to manifest. If it's your website, get clear about it. If it's your software project, get clear about it. Passion project, get clear about it. New endeavor, get clear about it. Whatever it is, today, all day today, we have a once in a lifetime cosmic influence that hasn't happened since 1856. The last time this came around was 1856. So I suggest that whatever it is that each and every one of us, whatever our goals, desires, and active pursuits are that align with our mastered self and tangibly affect your bottom line, get clear with it. If you need to write something down or revise something, and spend 16 minutes on that, focused, not thinking about nothing else, no TV on, not sitting on the porch watching the kids run up and down, just in your quiet time, in your closet if you have to. If you have to lock yourself in the closet or the bathroom just to get away from everybody for 16 minutes, focus in on it. And then do a breathing exercise and release it up into the cosmos. And then don't wait. Don't do like religious folks. Religious folk pray and then they wait and they sit back and wait. You launch your shit up to the cosmos and then you get busy with your part of what you have to do to manifest it. And then your ambition and effort will meet the cosmos manifestation. Bam. And then it will come together. So I wanted to let everybody know that today we're going to cover obstacle numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, and the cipher. Is there anyone on the call that has a 5, 6, 7, 8, or a cipher? I have an 8. I have a 7. I jumped out with a 7 obstacle, and then right after that, I had 8 obstacle. So these were easy, and I remember, the first 40 something years of my life. Yeah, they were wrapped up in a couple of these that I wrote. So if we have any of these, today is your day. So I am going to begin today. This is our Master Self Numerology, April 12th, 2022, our regularly scheduled 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time class. Today is interpretations of hidden obstacles numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, and the cipher. 5, 6, 7, 8, and the cipher. So let's get started with number 5 obstacle. The appearance of a number 5 obstacle signals everything the number 5 contains, stands for, and is. However, and we have to pause right there, because we know what the number 5 stands for: adventure, expansion, excitement, freedom of movement, freedom of choice, variety, change, all of those things. The number 5 obstacle, it contains and stands for and is all of that. All that a 5 is, the number 5 obstacle has. However, and concurrently, meaning at the same time, in spite of and at the same time, your versatility, curiosity, and love of and need for change, variety, and adventure will be very problematic. You see, when you have a number 5 obstacle that is embedded with all things 5, and then the nature of the word obstacle, yeah, those things that represent the 5 in you. You may not even be a 5. You can be any number, but however, in all of us, there is a love of and a need of some sort of change, some sort of variety, and some sort of adventure. It could be subdued or something that isn't aggressively pursued, but every one of us on this planet has some love of and need of change, variety, and adventure. However, those aspects of you, whatever they are, if they're heightened or if they're low, whatever it is, when they are attempted to be expressed, they will become and be very problematic. A very deep-seated desire for individual and personal freedom will always be present and pressing. You guys get that? Present, you get, but pressing. It'll be almost like that 5 obstacle, the most secure and stable man, the most secure and stable woman. If they have a 5 obstacle, that is going to be a deep-seated desire for individual and personal freedom. And it'll be pressing on you, it'll be pushing you. Sometimes it'll push you over. That's how strong it could be. We know the power of the number 5. The number 5 is life. Life is a 5. So sometimes life can push you over, especially if you have a 5 obstacle. A very deep-seated desire for individual and personal freedom will always be present and pressing. However, frequently, resentment, impatience, and stubbornness will be expressed when your desire to be doing something else or for being somewhere else is denied, restricted, or prevented. you see, with that 5, also we know 5 is freedom of movement. So if it's an obstacle, yeah, guess what? Your freedom of movement gonna be restricted, or denied, or prevented. Worst place somebody with a 5 obstacle can go is the prison or jail, because they can't have their individual personal freedom, and their desire for that is denied, restricted, and prevented. So the worst place that a 5, anybody with strong 5 energy can go is to a prison. With a 5 obstacle, you must avoid the need to escape for freedom's sake, as this will cause you to make poor choices in adventures and in associates. Anybody got any comment about that? Anybody know or recognize the 5 energy in yourself? Each of us we got some 5 energy. Some of us got strong 5 energy. Some of us is our first step. But yeah, a very deep-seated desire for individual personal freedom will always be present and pressing. That's for a number 5 obstacle. To a lesser degree, that's for somebody with strong 5s in their chart anyway. So you must avoid the need to escape for freedom's sake, as this will cause you to make poor choices in adventures and associates. I have a 5 habit challenge, personality pattern. And every time I ran for the sake of my freedom, yeah, it was poor adventures, and it was poor ass people wherever I got to. You know, whenever I made a solid exodus, a planned out exodus, a righteous exodus, things always went well. When it was hasty or I'm sick of this shit, I'm out type of choice, yeah, I normally ended up in with some poor adventures and poor associates. Any comments about that? All right. The number 5 obstacle becomes a positive influence when a spot in the crowd, when a spot in the in crowd or public is found, and when a work or vocation that affords travel, publicity, upward mobility, promotion, things like that, and contact with crowds or large groups is secured. The worst thing for a 5 obstacle is to be the toll booth guard. Well, no, not necessarily, because contact with crowds and large groups, if buses come through, but you know, something monotonous, like, yeah, you just waving people by, just waving them by, that's not for anybody with a 5 obstacle. When I'm talking about the in crowd or the public, you know, I'm talking about, you know, these events like what just happened, where there was a physical assault that went on. You know, being in that in crowd, or being in the crowd that is around that, or just being, you know, taking pictures of the people on the red carpet, or being in the public eye, or anything that deals with travel, publicity. If you know, the 5 can start at the back door and end up, 5 can start at the basement and end up at the penthouse. 5 doesn't mind that, as long as the 5 can see that it's possible to get there, and its contact with crowds or large group is secured. With a 5 obstacle, you must guard against the natural restlessness of the 5 to take hold and become dominant. You don't want see, 5 has a natural restlessness. 5 is the ones that got ants in their pants, and it's natural. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not indifferent. It's just natural for the 5 to be restless in nature. You can't allow it to take hold and become dominant, as this will prevent you from ever achieving real satisfaction of accomplishment. especially when your criticisms and dislikes are allowed to fester and grow. Remember, you guys, what you plant in life will grow in time. Let me repeat that. What you plant in life will grow in time. Wouldn't be any fun if you could plant a seed and then the next day you have a full orange orchard. Wouldn't be any fun. We wouldn't know we wouldn't learn valuable lessons if you could plant something and just go outside the next day and get it. But what you do plant in life and nurture and tend to, it will grow in time. Even when it looks like it's not growing, 5, it is. With this number 5 obstacle, you must make full use of your quick perceptions. You guys can look at shit and assess shit and size up a situation real quick. Your resourcefulness and your interests in all that life has to offer, and never allow yourself to be confined, as this will keep you from experiencing the many phases of life's success. Again, I just told y'all earlier, the worst place anybody with 5 strong 5s or a 5 obstacle could be is in jail or in an institution where your freedom is restricted, denied, and prevented, or in any situation where your freedom is restricted, denied, or prevented. You see, because the 5 come along to experience the best that life has. Actually, the 5 come along to experience all that life has, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the unexpected. You know, they don't necessarily want the ugly and the unexpected, but they down for that too. Yep, 5 is down. 5 is down. With a number 5 obstacle, always reach out to the new. I'm talking contacts, associations, events and venues, new concepts and ideas, product launches, you know, things of that nature, and new places and endeavors. Periodically, ever so often, as you balance your hold on the old traditions. Even though 5 is the number of change, variety, and adventure, 5 is also the one that holds traditions, man. They hold on to the traditions. They want to change. They want to change some shit, but some shit is okay to be like that. And old traditions, especially ones that grew up with, yeah, those are hard for 5 to let go. But you have to harmonize and balance your hold on the old, and you got to push yourself out to the new, anything new, contacts, associations, concepts and ideas, and places and endeavors. Every so often, you don't have to do it every day, but every so often, as you balance the old traditions that are deep inside of you. That, folks, is the number 5 obstacle. Any comments, any questions about the number 5 obstacle? Yes, it is victorious. So a lot of this is your first step. With it being an obstacle, it covers a long period of time, but this being your first step, this is how you actually get down day by day by day. So this is very, very important for you. This is something that you could put into a weekly playbook and you know, take one day each week to just get on the go out in the community and go to a different place where people that you don't know are at. Go to you know, some abstract art, or go to live mic, open mic night, and go, you know, and put yourself in some places that you haven't been before, or maybe you just hadn't thought about going, and do some things that you definitely want to do and need to do, and some things you didn't even know you wanted to do. and just make that part of your week. Make this number 5 obstacle, take the pieces out of it, and I'll show you which pieces you could take. And that could be your weekly schedule. And you could change the comings and goings, but the headings could be the same. And you will bring some efficiency to the madness, and you will have a better sense of achievement and accomplishment at the end of each and every week. Anybody else? All right.
I do have a statement.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You were talking about the restlessness of the 5.
Yeah.
And it just, for some reason, it just popped in my head. It made me think about how many kids have probably ended up on some type of medication for just their natural restlessness, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was talking with one of my old school partners the other day, and I said, hey, man, you know, when we was in school, wasn't none of this horse shit about no ADD and ADHD. I said, what we got cured. If we had it, we got cured real quick. Because if we went home and the teacher done called home talking about you was up in class talking, wouldn't sit down, wouldn't do your work, we got our asses beat. And then the next day we was paying attention in class.
That part.
Yeah, it wasn't no thinking about no pill or nothing. Yeah, we got beat. We got a whooping or a cussing out or something. And the way that our folks did it, they just talked bad about you so bad, you just was like, you thought you was the lowest thing walking around, man. So I paid attention in class, so I didn't have to hear that shit from my mama and my grandmother. I really, really did. So yeah, a lot of kids, you know, if they could get their chart done like this, and then especially if it's their first obstacle, number 5, maybe we need to get a different type of school and a different type of learning environment for those who come out with a 5 obstacle or come out like I did with a 7 obstacle. Maybe we need to think of alternative ways of schooling. Again, you guys know that I am the one that don't think that there is one size that fit all of anything. You know, and, you know, we go through public school and the curriculum, it changes slightly from school board to school board, but from the most part, from kindergarten to high school, we all get taught the same shit over and over each and every year, same things. And, you know, some of us excel at that regurgitation of that knowledge. Some of us restless. Some of us don't even want to even learn that shit. But the school system forces everybody to learn the same shit. And they test you on that same shit. So yeah, we need to look at that. We need to have a better understanding, not only of our major point numbers, but our obstacle numbers as well. And they'll help us navigate through some things that, you know, not necessarily that you don't have to go through, but if you knew that you were going to have your individual and personal freedom restricted or denied, you would operate a little bit differently before the denial, instead of waiting to have it denied. Then you want to act up and act out and bust all out the side of the neck. So you are correct on that. Thank you for that. The number 6 obstacle. The number 6 obstacle is truly domestic in nature and action, and signifies many challenges concerning the home, family, children if you have them, and love affairs. Let me repeat that again. The number 6 obstacle is truly domestic in nature and action, and signifies many challenges concerning the home, family, children if you have them, and love affairs. Dominance and possessiveness by you or towards you are also embedded in the nature of this number 6 obstacle. There is a tremendous amount of ideality, high ideality, love of fine art, love of the beautiful, and love of the home. However, there's also the presence of mixed ideals of loyalty, obedience, and a determination to be the boss or head of the household and family that can lead to unhappiness, confusion, and toxicity in marriage and all other domestic, intimate relationships or living situations. Even if it's not a intimate living situation, let somebody have a number 6 obstacle, and it's a 8-bedroom house, and it's 10 of y'all living in the house. Whoever got the 6th obstacle gonna have to be the boss or head of the house, or they gonna come around and it's gonna be brutal and terrible. Brutal and terrible. It'll cause unhappiness on everybody's part, confusion on the number 6 obstacles part, and toxicity in the whole environment. You talk about, you want to invite some dysfunction, bring in a number 6 obstacle, and then deny them their ability to be the boss or head of the household and family. And you got dysfunction and toxicity and Ike and Tina Turner right there ready to jump off. Absolutely. Any comments? Nope. All right. Because of this number 6 obstacle, there will be a tremendous sense of duty, service, and honor to the family and your loved ones, coworkers, jobs, slash. And feelings of responsibility and obligation that you must harmonize with the pursuit of your own goals, desires, and active pursuits. Now, this is a thing with 6s anyway. Anybody with strong 6s can relate to this and understand this, that there is a tremendous sense of duty, service, and honor to anybody that they call family, anybody that's a loved one, anybody that is cool with them. Yeah, they go all the way out. It's honorable for them. And it's a feeling of responsibility and obligatory. They feel obligated sometimes. However, they must harmonize all of that duty, all that service, all that honor to the family, and all that responsibility and obligation that you feel. You got to harmonize that and balance it with the healthy pursuit of your own goals, desires, and active pursuits. The number 6 in general, and the number 6 obstacle, they'll help 1,000 people get their shit done. And just their shit will be like, hey, what about me? They're like, yeah, I'll get to you in a minute. I'm helping this one right here first. Number 6 obstacle. Got to harmonize all that duty, service, and honor to everybody else and balance it with the pursuit of your own goals, desires, and active pursuits. The number 6 obstacle carries the ability to serve humanity, to teach, and to heal. Let me repeat that. The number 6 individual in and of itself and the number 6 obstacle carries the ability to serve humanity, to teach, and to heal yourself first and then others. And there is latent musical talent and the appreciation of the grandeur and loveliness of nature. There is nothing more soothing and peaceful and blissful to a 6 or a person with a number 6 obstacle than the beauty and the awesomeness and enormity and gracefulness and loveliness of nature. That is something that a 6 obstacle and someone with strong 6s in their chart, something I recommend that they do weekly, if not every other day. Get out to the closest thing of nature, wherever you are, and spend some time just appreciating the bigness, the awesomeness, the beauty, and the loveliness of it. It'll do you a world of good. Occasionally, the number 6 obstacle feels that life is hard due to a lack of outside appreciation. Here's my message for the 6 and for anybody with a 6 obstacle. Appreciate yourself. I know that sounds so disconnected, and yet it is not, because you do things out of a sense of duty and service and honor, responsibility and obligation. So you have more on your plate than most have. And if you don't feel, sense appreciation, yeah, you'll start to slow down and shit will get heavy and all of that. Outside appreciation is great. Appreciate yourself. Know that you're a bad mamma jamma. 6 is a bad mamma jamma. 6 don't need no outside validation. 6 is bad in and of themselves. And you must know this. You must know this. Because of this number 6 obstacle, you must learn to give more appreciation. And this will prevent or lessen the problems in your home or on jobs or in any type of domestic situation. And that is the 6th obstacle. Any comments? Any concerns? Any questions? Nope. All right. Hi, Jolene. I'm good. Unmute yourself. You know, we got to see you and you got to bless us with your presence. And
hi, everybody.
Hey, there we go.
How's everybody? I'm still at work. It has been busy. I have had like back-to-back clients and I'm like, ah. And so, but people are getting service and they like it, so they come back. And absolutely. How's everybody doing out there?
We're pressing our way through.
Pretty good.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, Jolene.
Yeah, we all good. We all good. Well, thank you for making this a part of your work day. Continue doing what you have to do, but I did have to get your shiny eyes and your voice in here on record.
Oh, thank you. I'm just cleaning my office, and in about 2 minutes, I'll settle down and just not do nothing, just listen.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Now, number 7 obstacle. This obstacle covered me until birth year 33, I believe. I have to look at it again, but I believe it was birth year 33. I come out the gate with a number 7 obstacle. So this is a little insight into how it was for me until 33. With the number 7 obstacle, the feelings of aloneness, seclusions, and the urge to become the hermit must be overcome. I got to stop right there because I got to tell y'all there was a time in my younger days, before 16, that I, during school, for the most part, I would play by myself. And I had people come to me and tell me, oh, why don't you come play with us? Are you, we don't want you to be lonely. And I look at them and I'm like, I'm not lonely. I'm by myself, but there's a difference. Aloneness doesn't mean lonely. Just mean by yourself. Seclusions and the urge to become a hermit must be overcome. The 7 must dig deep inside their soul and bring forth your knowledge, wisdom, your gift of knowing, and otherwise collected random information in specialized ways and means to the surface and broadcast it. for the betterment of humanity. Every time I would say something, in a family situation, or say something in a social situation or a peer-to-peer situation, it was always for the betterment of everybody involved. It wasn't always received that way. However, the intention was always for the betterment of whoever was involved or whatever that situation was. I figured out at a young age, I had to specialize my ways and means, because I wasn't conventional. I wasn't, like everybody else. So I was already resisted, and folks, were standoffish of me because of that. So I had to specialize my ways and means in broadcasting my expressions. There will be many tests and a lot of repression in your life and concerning your personal and professional situations, associations, and endeavors, which your pride and natural reservedness will work overtime to keep suppressed and beneath the surface, out of everyone's sight. My objective always was to have a look and an appearance that nothing bothered me. Regardless of what was going on the inside of me, I had this little steady, steely, indifferent way that. And I also had this thing about never wanted anybody to ever see me crying or ever see me in a bad situation. I still, to this day, have some of that to deal with. When I'm very, very ill, I really don't want nobody to see me like that. And it's not against them. It is something that I still continually work through, even to this day, even as far along the evolutionary path and the Ascensions path that I have come. It's still something that I deal with each and every day. Any comments on that part of the 7 obstacle? The number 7 obstacle deals with family secrets, your own secrets, and any other embarrassing event happening, situation, whatever, that you feel must never, and never is in all caps, like I'm yelling never, I'm screaming it, that you feel must never be exposed. Some things that have just recently come back up that happened to me in birth year 8 and birth year 9. These are my own secrets, but those happened during that 7 obstacle. Yeah, I'm going to expose them because I want healing. I'm sick of carrying this shit around. I carried this shit 50 years in my life, and it's time to let it go. But the number 7 obstacle deals with family secrets, your own secrets, and any other embarrassing event that you feel must never be exposed. So because of that, I would wager to say that anybody that has a 7 obstacle, especially if it's your first one, yeah, you got bothered as a child. Yep, you got bothered as a child. You got disturbed as a child. You got I don't want to get too deep off into it, but we all know what I'm talking about here. We all know, if it wasn't us, we know somebody who did get it in them early years. With this 7 obstacle, you must always be the first to forgive, forget, and let go of all hurts, slights, assaults, and attack with a more natural, and authentic response to these in the moment, and by nurturing your keen sense of situational analysis and empowering your natural discrimination. I'm going to boil that all down to, first of all, I don't forgive anyone other than myself. And I'm going to explain why. Anybody who does something to me, they don't need my forgiveness. They need to forgive themselves, because forgiveness is for yourself, not for the other person. It's not going to change the hurt. It's not going to rewind the event. I am the first to forgive myself for putting myself in that situation to get hurt, putting myself in that situation to get taken advantage of, putting myself in that situation to have something stolen from me, to be robbed or beat up, or whatever the event, whatever the thing is that forgiveness is needed. I forgive myself for putting myself there, putting myself there. I don't blame the other person. The other person is playing their part. You have a wreck, you have a two-car collision. The other person is the other car. You can't have a two-car collision with one car. The other person is playing their part. So you must always be the first to forgive. I do. I forgive myself real quick. Forget. I let shit go and let go of all the hurts, slights, assaults, and attacks with a more natural and authentic response to these in the moment. Now, some of y'all know and been around and have conversations with me. Y'all know what my more natural and authentic response in the moment is. Yeah, I'm a clapbacker. I'll clap your cheeks back. Sure will. I told somebody one time in an office, they asked me why I used why I dropped F-bombs all the time. I said, well, every time I drop an F-bomb, I got your attention, didn't I? So whatever I said after that, you're listening. Yeah. Being more natural. See, with the 7 obstacle, it's unnatural for me to clap back. It's natural for me to just push it down and like, yeah, okay, and it's all right, and to hold on to it and to see you every day and to be, oh, I'm gonna get you one of these days. No. What I developed and what I have perfected all of these years is that more natural and authentic response in the moment. Had a kid tell me once that he was going to kick my ass after school at the bus. So y'all already know what I did, right? I mollywopped him right then. I just hauled off and socked his ass right then, because I told him, first of all, you made a mistake telling me when and where you was going to kick my ass. And number 2, I ain't even going to be mad after school. So yeah, I was authentic and natural in that moment. In the moment. Yes. Yeah. And by nurturing your keen sense of situational analysis and empowering your natural discrimination, that really just means I walk in somewhere and I'm surveying the scene as soon as I go in. First thing I'm looking for is an exit. No matter what building I'm going into, the first thing I look for is the exit. And then next thing I look for the folks that I already know are going to be the troublemakers. And then I keep my ass so far away from them and position myself in a strategic way close to that exit. So when the shenanigans start, my natural discrimination of bouncing out of the way of trouble can kick in. Any comments on the number 7 obstacle so far? All right.
Am I still under the mixed 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm not past 4, right?
Yeah, we've already passed 4, so you're just here for support today.
Okay, good.
yeah. I appreciate you coming for support. Because of the number 7 obstacle, You possess the ability to know and discern the real from the false in life, in business, in your work, and in any associations that deal with assets or sources of power. I can't tell y'all when I knew that Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, all of that horse shit we was told to get, I already knew that shit was false. Always. When my tooth would come out, I just walk and give it to my grandmother and she'd give me a quarter. Why go through all that? Oh, the Tooth Fairy is going to come and take your tooth and put some money. No, ain't no Tooth Fairy coming. You coming.
Yeah.
You coming. Santa Claus ain't coming to my house dropping off shit. My grandmother and grandfather and my mama was Santa Claus. So it was very early in life that I was able to know and discern the real from the false, the truth from a lie, the authentic from a fake. In life, in business, in any job I've ever had, and all associations that deal with assets or tangible goods and sources of power. That's a blessing to be able to do that. And me from birth to 33, that was a huge blessing for me, being the only child, a country boy. The number 7 obstacle, desires so much. I wish I could tell y'all all of the fanciful shit that not even, I got a lot of that I desired, but there were some things that was way out there, because I just knew that I had a right to it. And I knew that through my own determination, I could get it. Regardless of who was holding me back, regardless of who was repressing me, regardless of all of the opposition. Yeah, I knew it. Again, the number 7 obstacle, desire so much, and it can attract the very best in life to itself when it diligently and consistently takes the time to study, learn, test, and perfect your skills along technical, educational, and specialized fields of endeavor. I'm telling you, I wish I could give you guys an exact number, but by my 33rd birthday, I would say at least 1,000 books, some way, shape, or form or another, that I had read by that time. And I would wager to say from 33 to now, I've probably read close to 1,000 more. Some of them I read the same one.
I need to read more.
Any comments on that 7 obstacle? And that hit me from the time I left mom's portal till I think 33, I believe. Yeah, 33. Then right after that, from 33 to 42, bam, I had an 8 obstacle. The number 8 obstacle is a very difficult and not very easy obstacle. You must harmonize all of your other numbers and your later life vibration when it appears. So, if you have a number 8 obstacle, then you're going to have to get in tune with all of your major position numbers, and you're going to have to know your later life vibration, and you're going to have to mix all of that in to balance out this number 8 obstacle. Because it's very difficult and it's not easy, because it is by nature, 8 is your commerce, 8 is your abundance, 8 is your expansion. So if it's an obstacle, then your abundance and your commerce and your expansion is going to be restricted. The number 8 obstacle affords many fine opportunities for advancement and status in the world. Only when your motives and intentions are honorable and pure, and when your intentions and ambitions are worthy. That's probably why I never really made any money as a street side pharmaceutical representative during that 8 obstacle, because my intentions and ambitions, they weren't worthy according to the law of the land. Now, in my own moral code, I don't think that it should be illegal for me to be able to plant a seed and wait 9 months and harvest it and enjoy my fruit and vegetable like I do with tomatoes and everything else. I don't do nothing extra to the seeds I plant. I do just like a tomato plant. I sit it out there, I water it, let it run its course, and then I pull it up and I get it ready for consumption. So I never thought that there should have been anything illegal about that. However, some of the pharmaceutical products that came in and through my hands during those times weren't that pure and ambitious. So that's probably why. And another thing, it just wasn't something that was a natural thing for me. I just always did what I had to do until I didn't have to do it anymore. And that is a remnant of that 7 obstacle. That 7 obstacle, do what you got to do until you ain't got to do it no more. My grandfather used to tell me that shit every day. I used to get so sick of hearing that. Do what you got to do till you ain't got to do it no more. Do what you got to do till you ain't got to do it no more. Finally, it became empowering to me. Instead of an albatross around my neck, it became empowering. You do what you got to do, man, till you don't have to do it no more. That's right. Attempting to bluff your way into or through a situation, association, or endeavor, or to outright lie about your qualifications or achievements will only cause delays, uncertain success, and the tarnishing of your name and reputation. Anybody on this call ever lie on your resume? Put some on there that really wasn't you? No. I have never.
I asked my mother to write a letter of recommendation because we have different last names. And when I was young and I was just starting out, I didn't have a lot of recommendations. I asked her.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I have straight up lied and made up jobs on resumes. And I call my friend or cousin and I tell them, look, write this shit down, man, because they're going to call you and this is what you got to say, bro. Yeah, I've done that. I have done that before. And it was dealing in a field dealing with troubled youth and all that. And I just didn't want to be a van driver for that. I wanted to be a program director and all of that. You know, they make the money. Van drivers don't make shit. So yeah, I fudged some things on that resume. And when it came out, yeah, my success became very uncertain. And my name and reputation was severely tarnished. Severely. So after that, I kept it straight and kept it honest on resumes. I also kept it straight and honest on dating profiles and any other profile that I would set up, because I'm like, I'm cool with all that. And I had an 8 obstacle. So the hour I lie about my qualifications and achievements, yeah, I got caught up in that shit. Sure did. Yep. With an 8 obstacle, you must equip, encourage, and empower a philosophical attitude and frame of mind so you can always see all sides of any situation, association, and endeavor, especially about life and its meaning, and concerning business and its development. The ability to become a trusted counselor and wise confidant is very present with the appearance of a number 8 obstacle. You will be able to meet opposition and the frustrations of delayed manifestation by your own efforts, as long as you always prop your own ass up, stand on your own feet, and seek to understand the mysteries and realities of life. Y'all need to know that for a very, 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 very long time, I wouldn't want nobody to help me with shit. I wouldn't ask you for shit. I'm not going to borrow shit from you because I don't want nobody ever being able to come back and say, hey, remember when you were down and scraping your ass on the ground and I gave you 50 cents? You wouldn't have made it without that. Yeah. I would rather scrape my ass on the ground and pick up 15 pennies before I walk up to you and ask you for a dime and a nickel. I feel better about collecting my pennies myself. And I'm going to be more responsible with them 15 pennies because I picked them up than I am with the 15 cents that you gave me. 15 cents you give me, I'll just blow it. But if I had to go up and down and here and there to get them 15 pennies, I'm going to be more responsible. And I know I will enjoy the fruits of my labor much more if I went and picked up those pennies myself. That's just something that always was in me. That was always in me. And it says you possess latent musical talent, which always surprises you and others. I'm no longer surprised by the stuff that I've done with music and musical instruments. I don't currently play any of them. However, if I had a stand-up bass or a cello or a trombone or percussions, I could probably get back into it in a couple of weeks because I remember all of the music and all of the exercises and everything. And I think I could sing. I don't know about anybody else, but I think I could sing and would be one hell of an entertainer. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's just me. All right. Any comments about the number 7 cipher, the number 7 obstacle? All right. Last but not least, the cipher obstacle. I know someone that is very near and dear to me and to the furtherance of my brand and my passion project. They have a double cipher for the rest of their life, a double cipher obstacle. So this one's for you. The presence of the cipher obstacle is a very common occurrence, regardless if it is for a period or for an entire lifetime. The cipher obstacle is an all or nothing influence. There's nothing in between, either all in or kick rocks, and can be symbolized by the universe, all encompassing the universe that contains everything, or the circle. The circle. The cipher obstacle contains everything. Everything. Let's talk about that. The cipher obstacle contains everything: the good, the bad, the ugly, the unexpected, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, the victories, the defeats, the accomplishments, and the failures. All of it wrapped up in one. And yet can also signal emptiness, depending on your mental state or your desires. And when it talks about your desires, if you desire to stay lowly, if you desire not to do shit, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The right to choose is natural for anyone with the cipher obstacle. Let me repeat that. for my near and dear friend out there. The right to choose is natural for anyone with the cipher obstacle. And you can choose to either just float along life without direction and motivation, or you can rise above your real and perceived problems to become truly magnificent, excellent, outstanding, extraordinary. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. With the cipher obstacle, expect equal portions of big tests and adversity to mix with many wonderful opportunities and people. It's like I say, it's the cipher, the circle. All of that is in there. You know, tests, your trials and tribulations and adversities and hangups and hiccups, and your victories and the good folks and the special people and the bullies and all of that. And it's pretty equal. You don't get more tests and adversity and less wonderful opportunities and people, and you don't get more wonderful opportunities and people and less tests and adversity. You get a smooth, equal portion of all of that. All of that. With the cipher obstacle, you have the right and authority. Let me repeat that. Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? With the cipher obstacle, you have the right and authority to create your own reality. And you must fill your life with love, compassion, and true helpfulness to and for humanity. You do that, your work and other vocational endeavors will succeed extremely well. Extremely well. Better than most. You have the right and authority to create your own reality. Fill your life with love, compassion, and true helpfulness to and for humanity. And everything you do will succeed extremely well. Never have a problem, issue, concern that regular mundane folks do. You won't have them. You just won't. Money will never be an issue. Stability will never be an issue. Security will never be an issue. Peace will never be an issue. Never. You should never take the cipher obstacle lightly, as you will have to make a choice between following the road less traveled or getting on board with the rest of us. You know, folks with a cipher anywhere, it don't matter if it's a later life cipher, from day one, you're going to be odd. You're going to be looked at differently. You're going to be thought of as strange or weird or any of those things. And you always, your whole life has been about a choice between following this road less traveled versus getting on board with the rest of folks. Yeah, it has. And it will be for this person that I know that has this from here on out. With the cipher obstacle, you must cultivate, nurture, encourage, and empower the desire to make the world and humanity a better place, and you will be absolutely, positively, and eternally and externally fine. That, folks, is the cipher obstacle and all the other obstacles. Maybe my friend with the cipher obstacle will give me a thumbs up and let me know that I'll hit a bullseye. Maybe. Any comments, any questions about these or any other obstacles that we've gone over? Any comments?
Do I have any of the 8? I don't have any 8. Oh my goodness.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No,
man.
boo. I always get a kick out of you because whenever I'm describing something positive about any number, you say, I want that one too. Yeah, you want all.
Anything that sounds like progress, I want it. I'm gonna jump on that.
You want it all.
That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any comments? Anybody got any comments? Anybody want to share anything? What's on your mind? You got the floor if you want to share something on your mind.
Hey, Mark, I just have a general question. Did you ever go over the zeros?
That's the cipher, babe.
Oh, I thought they were just double numbers.
It's a cipher. Oh. Whenever there's a 0, that's a cipher. That's the cipher obstacle. Yeah. Yeah. You want me to go back over it?
No, I'll rewatch it.
You sure? Because it's no big deal.
Okay, would you please? Because I'm looking at it. It's like you're talking about double digits is a cipher. I'm not thinking.
No, I should have clarified that. The cipher obstacle is a 0. So I'll go back over it. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the cipher obstacle. The presence of the cipher obstacle is a very common occurrence, regardless if it's for a period or for entire life. The cipher obstacle is an all or nothing influence and can be symbolized by the universe or the circle. You know, the universe has everything in it, and the circle encapsulates everything that it closes in. The cipher obstacle contains everything: the good, the bad, the ugly, the unexpected, highs and lows, your ups, your downs, your ins, your outs, your victories, and your defeats. And yet it can also signal emptiness, depending upon your mental state or your desires. You know, if you desire foolishness, or if you desire not to do anything, yeah, you'll feel empty. Yeah, you'll yeah. Or if you have mental challenges towards forming a focused thought, yeah, you'll feel empty and just like, damn, like I'm just floating around. The right to choose is natural for anyone with the cipher obstacle. And you could choose either to just float along life without direction and motivation, or you could choose to rise above your real and perceived problems to become truly magnificent, extraordinary, outstanding, top of the field, head of the class. It is totally up to you. With the cipher obstacle, expect equal portions of big tests and adversity to mix with many wonderful opportunities and people. You don't get more tests and adversities and less wonderful opportunities, and you don't get more wonderful opportunities and people and less adversity and tests. You get an equal portion of both, good and bad, in and out, up and down, front and back. With the cipher obstacle, you have the right and authority. Hello, talking to you, my friend. You have the right and authority to create your own reality, and you must fill your life with love, compassion, and true helpfulness to and for humanity, and your work and all other vocational endeavors will succeed extremely well. You choose rightly for yourself what your reality will be, and then fill it and your life with love, compassion, and true helpfulness to and for humanity. And it's like you hit the lottery, you hit the mega millions jackpot every day. Day after day after day after day. Like the folks at the lottery business be sick of you after like a week. They be like, you back again? Yeah. You should never take the cipher obstacle lightly, as you will have to make a choice between following the road less traveled or getting on board with the rest of us. You know, and like I said earlier, you know, when you have cipher and yours are later in life, but they've been governing you the whole time because that's your outstanding obstacle. So it's been with you since you split, since you exited the portal. You have always been looked at as different and weird and strange and eccentric and aloof, and the other kids either stood off from you, mocked you, or attempted to bully you. So you've always had to make a choice between staying over here so I don't have to get bothered by them, or getting on board with the rest of us and having to deal with all of the shenanigans that go on. That's been your whole life. You've had to deal with that since, like I said, since you split the portal. With a cipher obstacle, and yours is outstanding, so it's covered your whole life. You must cultivate, nurture, encourage, and empower your desire to make the world and humanity a better place, and you will be absolutely, positively, externally, internally, eternally fine. There will be no problem. You won't have the mundane problems of everybody else. You'll have enough money, you'll have your stability, you have your security, you have your peace, you have your joy. Yeah. As long as you cultivate, nurture, encourage, and empower your desire to make the world and humanity a better place, sky's the limit for you with this cipher obstacle. And you've had a cipher, your outstanding obstacle, your whole life has been governed by this. So how'd I do? Now, maybe my friend will tell me how I do.
Yeah, it's on point. It's so funny because I didn't think there was anything different about me. So I was always trying to teach people, like, this is how you manifest. I won't get into the details of how I made it possible, but I'm like, this is how you do it. Like, this works for me. And they're like, nah, it don't work for me. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, it works for me. So it kind of all makes sense. I mean, you were definitely on the money, just spot on with everything. That explains a lot.
Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing
that. It's amazing how this, like, you almost need this in addition to your natal chart done. Like, you can't do one.
Oh, you do need this. You do need this. This is something that needs to be read side by side with your natal chart. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mark.
You are most welcome. You are most welcome, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Any comments, any questions, any concerns from any of us? Anybody want to add anything? No? Jolene, you good?
I'm good, but you know what? I was so excited this morning. I went to the Office of African American, where I'm going to have the program, and I saw the room they're going to allow me to use. They're going to help me promote, and so just to see the room made it real, and they gave me a pen and they gave me a cup. And so, see?
I like free. I love free promotional shit. I love it. I'll take a whole bag.
And my pen. I got a pen.
Give me a pen. Give me a ruler. Give me a file. Give me a cup. I'll take your sticky notes. I went to this one place and they was giving these flash drives away. I got a whole box of them.
Yeah,
all of that shit.
I love it. I'll take it.
Ask everything. Give me all your promotional stuff you got. Absolutely, I love it. It's like my birthday that day.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good day. Today was a good day today. And then I came to work and I was just busting out because it was busy. But
absolutely,
blessings always. So
good. Well, thank you for sharing that. Anybody else got anything they want to add? Victorious, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just recovering, so I'm a little quiet today.
All right, it's all good. We're sending you complete comfort energy, positive outcome energy, expedited healing energy, and peace of mind energy as you navigate to and through whatever issue that you're dealing with today. And I'm grateful and thankful that you pushed through it and came and joined us on this call today. You didn't have to do that, and I'm appreciative of that. I thank you very, very much for just showing up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, there'll be nothing else. This has been On the 7's with Pythias B. Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into your master self, and I guarantee you, if you make On the 7's with Pythias B. Metatron a part of your soul journey, somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. I love and appreciate everyone that's listening to this. And whenever I say goodbye, it is never meant as forever. It is always just for now. Peace and blessings to each one of you. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Bye, everybody. Get well soon.
Bye.
Good night. Get better.
Thank you.
All right.